Well, good day to you wherever you are. My name is Mike Redwood, and I have the pleasure today of interviewing the overall winner of last year's Design a Bag competition. The 2020 Design a Bag competition was a curious one, which because of the pandemic had to go online, and the interviews were done online with everyone presenting a short video of how they'd come about the details that they'd put into the bag that was designed. We had an outstanding winner last year who was Mary Chan, and it's my pleasure to be able to interview her today and let her share her thoughts with you about the competition, the world of design, and the career of younger people in our industry.
I'm Mary Chan, originally from Hong Kong and now studying in London at Central St. Martin's. I've always been fascinated by the timeless possibilities of leather. Inspired by the theme, my design Second Skin is a handbag that embodies a sensual connection to our body and soul. The drapes and folds that leather creates mimics layers of skin and curves of the body. It evokes a sense of safeness, comfort, and brings the handbag to life by giving it a humane personality. The handbag is made out of molded veg-tanned leather to enhance body curvature, finding beauty in the natural shapes and lines of the body that we are often too afraid to show when we look at the mirror. Performing the best of modern craftsmanship, Second Skin is a representation of personal value in the commercialized industry of handbags.
Good morning, Mary. It's very nice to meet with you.
Yeah, hi, good morning, Mike. Really nice to meet you. I'm Mary Chan, last year's winner of DAB, and I'm really excited to be here.
It is rather amazing that a year on, we're still in the pandemic, and for some parts of the world, no end in sight, so that you won the competition online, and here we are still living our lives online. So it's nice to have the opportunity to talk with you about a few things that perhaps seem more real. And where I'd like to start, you explain in your video that you're studying at Central St. Martin's in London, but that you initially come from Hong Kong. Could you tell us a little bit about, the process of what brought you into the world of design, what made you choose London and Central St. Martin, and what attracted you into the areas of design that you're interested in?
Yes, of course. So my interest in accessories originally came from Hong Kong, and my parents used to work in the leather handbag industry. Therefore, I've always been very fascinated by fashion accessories, and especially the process and material of leather. I really enjoy looking at the process of leather making and accessories. So I applied for Central St. Martin's. I'm currently studying jewelry design and accessories design at Central St. Martin's in London, and studying in the multicultural city of London has inspired me to challenge a lot of the traditional methods of working with leather and metal. And this experience is very fascinating to me because I've been able to constantly get the opportunity to challenge myself and work with different materials, which I've always enjoyed in the field of accessories design. Yeah.
And you explain a little bit about how you first got to know about leather. But in your video, some of the phraseology you use show wonderful perception, the whole concept of it creating a a shape, sculptured shape with the body, humanizing the environment being a protection. There's a whole bundle of things that show that you really have got quite close to leather in this process. That's unusual, don't you think?
Yes. What I love the most about leather is that its flexibility, and that it can be easily manipulated in different ways. I enjoy discovering different ways of working with leather, such as forming and molding leather in organic forms. And I think I've explored that a lot in last year's Design a Bag competition, where I really hope to focus on expressing being comfortable in your own skin, being able to have a handbag and accessories piece that is very personal to you, and being able to use this piece for a timeless, that has a timeless quality, being able to use this piece for a very long time. And that is some areas that I really hope to explore. I think sustainability is obviously very important in the current climate. And I think leather definitely has a big role in sustainability. Its quality, especially vegetable tanned leather, has a very timeless quality and can be sustained for a very long time. I've also decided to use vegetable tanned because of its natural way of dyeing. So I think there are different ways of exploring sustainability in my pieces of work. And I really do hope that this design can have a positive light on body positivity, and also mimic the layers of skin which we hope we can be more comfortable with.
You chose a piece of veg tan leather that was perfectly suited to that molded. It wasn't thick and heavy like a sole leather, or too soft and drapey like a garment leather. It was that perfect piece. Do you get through college access to the to leather types that are perfectly able to meet your requirements?
I actually worked alongside the Worshipful Leather company in UK, which they provided a lot of leather samples for the students all around UK. And through looking, just going to look at different types of leather, I found out that vegetable tanned leather has been the most interesting to me because of its, once again, flexible quality. And also, I think a lot with designers, especially young designers, I really encourage you to explore. Being able to explore and actually play with the leather naturally, and experimenting with different kinds of leather, testing out, I think, plays a big part in design. And that's how I found out its ability to form, and also learned about its natural dyeing process. And that has really caught me into this vegetable tanned leather, which has a comfortable and helps replicate the sensitivity that leather brings in my design. Yeah.
Fascinating. One of the big aspects on sustainability is longevity and things like ease of repair. And you mentioned the leather's timelessness, its connection to the body and the soul, which are quite profound statements. Yeah. When you design a bag, do you think about longevity and how it will age and how long it ought to last?
I think definitely when I think about, especially with this design and almost all of my designs, I think I really hope to create a timeless piece, a timeless design, something that is very personal, but also relatable to everyone and that can last long for a very long time. I think it's very important that we have designs that are meaningful and sustainable right now, because it is it can act as a very it can help with the environment currently, but also it means that we put more thought into it. I think my statement where it relates to the body and soul, I think leather has a very, like I titled it second skin, because it has a sensitivity that other materials don't give us. It is also came from the natural environment, and it is also skin, animal skin. And I think that are very interesting parts of leather that I'm interested in. I also like how vegetable tan leather over the time, it will kind of age a little bit in terms of the color. And that's how I want it to be. I want it to be natural. I want it to show the marks of time. And I think this piece holds a lot of history, and same as leather, it carries history. And I like, this is how I want to transfer my, express my message. Yeah.
So how would you compare leather in those sort of regards with the materials you use in your jewelry or other materials that you might choose?
Yes, what attracted me most about the subject of jewelry, accessories, and leather handbags is that it is like timeless. They all leather, metal, diamonds, and crystals. They all come from the natural environment. And regardless of how it is made, the material itself already has its value. And I think as designers, especially young designers, it's really important to find and emphasize the value of these natural materials. No matter it's metal, jewelry, gold, or it is leather. I think we really hope to value the material and emphasize it and make it shine even brighter. Yeah.
In your course, do you get taught specific things related to sustainability, or how much are you specifically taught, and how much of this knowledge is your own exploration?
I mean, in the course in Central St. Martin's, and the opportunity that London brings really opened my eye up into a lot of areas of sustainability that I've never thought about. I think some of the collaborations in our university at Central St. Martin's with a lot of big brands such as Swarovski and Dior, these companies have really put a lot of focus into sustainability these few years, and it has been a continuous process for university students to learn about these social and environmental impacts that the creative industry bring to us, and what we can bring to them. So I think it is, if you're interested in the creative industry, I think focus, really look into the environmental, social impacts of your materials, and also your ways of making it. Yeah.
Often when you talk to younger people, I do occasionally, you get an awful lot of questions because they believe environmentally and socially that using leather's not such a good thing, either from the animal point of view from the vegan perspective, or because of some of the things being said about sustainability. Do you come across those views a lot?
I think leather itself, like obviously there could be some controversies amongst young people that there are because of animal. But I think it's also about like the current climate, we have to encourage ethical source of leather. I think leather itself, we do eat, we do have meat produce. So leather, it comes naturally from the meat produce. And I think the matter of fact is about the ethical ability to source leather. And I also think that other than leather, I think plastics has a lot of harm as well. So I think leather has not only is it sustainable for a very long period, but also acts as a replacement of plastic, which we can have a think about that as a concept. If you are vegan, I think there are also currently I've investigated in different sources of leather. There's a source of leather which is I think quite new to the market. It's a vegan leather that is made of cactus skin. So I think this could be your choice if you have any concerns, and you can be able to express your design through the vegan leather of your choice, such as the cactus leather, which is currently still new in the market. So if you're interested, I think I encourage anyone to explore more and learn more about leather and the subject, so that we can go toward the same goal.
That's very interesting. How do you see your own future planning out after this? First of all, was the designer bag competition? How did you find it? Was it a good process? Are you pleased you went in?
Yes, definitely. I think the designer bag competition has definitely gave me a lot of confidence, and it also allowed me to show my designs to people across the country in different parts of the world. And I think that is very exciting journey for me. Being able also having conversations with Mike is very exciting, and also the expanding seeing my designs in different platforms is very interesting to me. And unfortunately, because of the pandemic, I wasn't able to go to the Aristotle School for the course. However, this will be added on after the pandemic is over, or possibly online this year. So this has gave me a lot of opportunities to learn more, also in the leather industry. And in terms of the future, I'm planning to launch a brand next year. So stay tuned for any updates on the DAB website. I'm very excited. I can talk a bit about it. Would be a designer brand, and I'm hoping to encourage women and young designers to explore the accessories. So I'll be working with handbags possibly, and also jewelry. So I think it would be a very interesting collection to explore. So look forward. And this year has been, so look forward.
Well, it's wonderful to hear that, you've actually had such a successful lockdown, and it doesn't seem to have the pandemic year, although it's been distressful for everyone, it doesn't seem to have slowed your onward progress. So I think I'm sure all our watchers would want to join with me in wishing you all the very best for the future. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mike. And I would like to give the current contestants some advice maybe, and some just congratulations on being this far into the competition. And I look forward to seeing all you guys, your amazing designs in the future. And yeah, hope we can all collaborate one day. Thank you.
Thank you.